Right. Ooh, realizing. So I'm a little bit late here as I was just recording the week 8 transmission for mission. And I'm drawing these targets on my hands. Why the targets? Well, one, because it feels right and I trust that. And a target is a layered experience. It's a symbol of a center point with layers. And applying this to the hand, for me, is an experience of how much energy moves through the hands and how our relationship with moving energy is our access point to elevated experiencing. So, today is a Reiki transmission. I'm realizing I also forgot my rings, but this is for the inner child who so intimately knows the balance of the layers of being represented in my experience of the target symbol. The inner child, the inner unwounded child, knows themselves as the center point. And that is pure innocence. It's pure connection to source. It's pure relationship with the mystery. It's this knowing that comes through the feeling and sensing the body. It's a spiritual relationship, unhindered by the logic of the mind. And so if we aren't using logic to accentuate, allow, emphasize that authentic experience of the inner child, then we will feel wounded. We will feel wounded by the ignorance in which logic is being wielded. And that's painful, man. So we're going to do clearing of the field of any of pain, acknowledge that's willing to surface, combing through the field. Welcoming all of you here live with me. I'm super honored. Welcoming you to say yes, yes, yes. To aligning in this work today with me. Your inner child is underneath it all, the embodiment of freedom, of sovereignty, in immaculate relationship with the above and the below, tapped in and turned on to source and to the frequency of the inner earth, feeling held there, feeling held in a way where most of us learn to reach for externally, as is part of the human experience. We reach towards our parents who had reached towards their parents, etc., through the lineage. And this need, this authentic need for feeling completely held and accepted was unmet in most cases. And that's an inheritance of a long history of culture that we can participate in healing and the correction of through offering it to ourselves. Purifying our aura occurs in our allowing of ourselves to feel really held, tapped in, turned on, plugged into source, the cosmic centerpiece of the big picture, and then into the center of the earth, feeling really held and belonging here on this planet at this time. Anchoring our material reality, honoring that it has to be both for us to feel fully held. And that's the father, the mother, the divine masculine, the divine feminine, fully embracing us. And there is no judgment there in those connections, which is so healing for the inner child, who in most of us, definitely in my experience, feel very misunderstood, felt their innocence and their primal, primitive connection to life force very misunderstood, very shamed and squashed. Validating, stroking, calling forward all experiences of being misunderstood, of your innocence, your pureness, your authentic expression of relationship to life force being invalidated or dismissed. I'm surrounded by these really big cedars here in the Pacific Northwest. They're such excellent allies for recycling this dense energy. As adults, we can choose this to purify our energy fields through recycling, density, letting discomfort, stagnant energy rise to the surface to be discharged. Hi, guys. I will in the future organize moderators and all that, but I really wanted to come in here before I have that organized and share this with you, as it feeling so potent. And I was just recording for Mission, which is my not your average Reiki training. There's still spots left. We have our first call tomorrow. If anyone feels called to join, there's links on my page, link in bio. But this download that I really want to share with you, as it's so imperative right now, as Pluto is moving into Aquarius. And so High Road Aquarius is the mystical, rebellious intelligence of the unwounded inner child who's so tapped into the mystery that the knowing, because Aquarius energy is I know, But there's a difference between knowing with your mind and knowing with your whole being. And it's that whole being knowing that comes through your feeling and sensing faculties, which is different than the intellect, the figuring and organizing faculties, which are equally important. But there is a primary feeling and sensing experience that is your innocence. And so Pluto is this planet of transmutation and of shadow work. And so we will be called collectively and individually to face where we're living from knowing and fixation and this more intellectual prioritization. Thank you, guys. And letting that dissolve, letting there be a death to that fixation that opens up this radical, far reaching, thoroughly efficient and effective experience of knowing through the body, through the feeling and sensing. And your inner child, your unwounded inner child. So your inner child, when they get to feel safe, they are so excellent at this high level Aquarian knowing. And so we are gathered here today, welcoming that through our experiencing, welcoming any challenges, opportunities that life provides, to embrace that more and more, to embody that more and more, and to feel the benefits, the benevolence, and to then get to ripple that outwards and notice the impact in your intimate life. And as we mirror this between us, it will impact the collective. And that is the coming of the new earth. And so again, we're going to, for anyone that's just tuning in, we're tapping into source and plugging into the earth and feeling held, because that unwounded inner child, or the inner child, needs to feel safe to allow these transformations. And it is through your quality presence that will enable that safety. Letting that acknowledgement ripple through your cells and your whole energy field now. Because you've got this. You know, those statements, the memes about you already are everything that you need. It's so fully true. And we also need each other to reflect the permission to be these rebel revolutionaries, embracing this work within ourselves. Because it's very individual work, and at the same time, we're doing it together. And if you love the feeling of this, and you want to do this work in an elevated, supported way now, today is the last day to sign up for Mission, which is my Not Your Average Reiki training, a Fuck Yes Mini Mystery School for the next 10 weeks. Our first call is tomorrow. And there is a link in my bio, and I welcome you if you are resonating with this. And there are still 2 reduced rate scholarship positions available. Hi, Fee. And feel free to message me if you have any questions or any requests for accommodations are coming to mind. I'm here for it. And I have absolutely had to stabilize and really have deep relationship with the inner child, with my inner child, to feel safe to hold this space, to feel safe to come on here and make these invitations. And so I'm calling that bravery, that boldness, that brilliance forward from my inner child and the safety that we've cultivated together, and extending that to you to feel through your field now. I experience it as this glowing, golden, warm, slightly effervescent, and then anything, any density, any energy that is poked or provoked in that, or new resistance arising, let's ground it, recycle it through the feet. And big, big inhale. Cannon fire exhale through the crown. Yes, 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 yes. Wow, it feels really awesome to be here with you. Happy Saturday. I'm Pacific time, Pacific Northwest rainforest here. Got all these cedar trees working with me, recycling energy, breathing permission to be open, to be anchored, and feeling the flexibility of our human capacity in the safety of feeling grounded and anchored. Really feeling these layers of timelines, like this permission is breathing through past lives, connecting to your future selves, already embodying this, who are standing, nodding in their golden, glowing energy of the synergy between your adult self and your pure, innocent inner child, unwounded in that future self, having felt fully safe to leap to the next levels of embodied security and success. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Feeling your feet on the floor, your butt in your chair, or wherever you are. Feeling an anchored sense of belonging here. And then also opening through the crown, sitting in the throne of your higher mind, feeling the cosmic endlessness that you are also a match for. I hear someone's inner child going, yes, 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 yummy, 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 yummy. You know, do you know the capacity? I think my kid just woke up. Sorry for the barking. But the question coming to mind was, do you know the capacity in yourself to feel it all, to be connected to all, and to feel safe in that? And if you do, holy shit, I am celebrating you. Yes, yes, yes. And if you know a little bit and you've had glimpses, I'm celebrating that. Again, if you want a safe place to practice, I invite you to join Mission, which is my Not Your Average Reiki program, where this is what we are doing, practicing, building the muscle memory for mirroring permission among ourselves. It is a naturally psychedelic journey to access this fully in ourselves. And you are so worthy of support and companionship. As you take this rebellious, revolutionary action to align the safety of your inner child and to allow the elements to balance in your being so that you're not only this safe inner child, but also the Empress, Emperor energy, holding your day-to-day life in this ease, an ease that somehow attends to all of the pieces. Everything is in this easy, efficient, effective harmony. And the somehow is both mystical and magical, but also conscious participation in synchronicity that can occur through really bite-sized practices and really stepping into an embodiment of self-love all the way into the layers of your being, emotional, mental, physical, spiritual, and letting those align in equality, in complementary relationship with each other, the balance of the elements, stabilizing, equating to the morality that attends to not only needs being met, but then also desires being fulfilled. And like, how fuck yes is your inner child to that? Just working with the mind now and the defense that occurs in the logic, land. It's valid. It's a major inheritance of our lineages, of our lifetimes on Earth, the history, the culture of humanity. And we're reclaiming our feeling and sensing faculties as not better than or more than logic, but as a primary navigational tool that allows a relaxation of logic so that the highest expressions of our logic are allowed with so much ease and pleasure, and we're not so stressed in the thinking and figuring that really drains and exhausts us and clunks and clogs up our system. And our inner children don't feel safe in that clunky, clogged reality. Hi, Lux. Thank you for being here. Nick, hi. All of you, I'm so grateful for you tuning in. Really honored to share this with myself, first and foremost. It feels amazing. And then that's where the impact comes through, is really doing this with ourselves and really being alive and visible. Doing this with ourselves. Just massaging the central channel where all of the energy flows through. And when I say emotional, mental, physical, spiritual in that order, naming the layers of our beings, it is because I strongly connect to the reclamation of the movement of emotional energy as a priority for us to enable with our quality awareness and attention that we can strengthen through bite-sized practices. letting your energy bubbles stretch now even further, because you're allowed to take up space. And as you take up space, your relationship to time and space shifts. In this really benevolent way that supports the balance of the elements inside of you, that we all came to Earth having a relationship with, and then it, in most cases, gets shut down to some degree or completely. And if you identify as neurodivergent, I'm not sure what that means, invites you to co-host Liche. I'll have to look into it for next time. Thank you, though. Right, it took my brain a minute to come back to, we're expanding the energy field. But notice my body and the feeling, sensing connection to what was occurring continued effortlessly. And that is the primary navigation tool. And it is a matter of feeling safe inside myself that was allowed to continue to lead. And then my mind it came online to attend to what I noticed, which is an option to be distracted and to let that become primary. But instead, my mind relaxed back into surrendering to the feeling and sensing leadership, which feels amazing. So you're completely invited to take up inhabit your domain, your body, your energy bubble in this way. Anchored, plugged into the earth, tapped in, turned on with source. You have everything that you need. And that can be annoying to hear, but it's an invitation to play. Hi, guys. I don't know what you mean by, can you add some kisses? And give that to yourself. Any parts coming out to play. Think about a child asking to play and being turned down. How crushing it can be. I remember knocking on my neighbor's door when she would have homework or have something else. I would sometimes cry on my way home because I was looking. We get addicted to looking outside ourselves to meet the need for playfulness. And so, mission, if you're willing to join me, hop in today. If you need accommodations, just message me, email me, make me a proposition. Because learning, practicing, playing deeply with ourselves and any parts that show up is the deliciousness of embracing our innocence that enables our adult selves to hold the energy, to balance the energy of the the elements inside of us and to be the empress and emperor in our own daily lives. Benevolent authority that attends to all the moving pieces all at once with ease and grace. And so I wish that for you, whether you join me in Mission or not. But I invite you to go to the link in my bio and check out Mission. There are 2 scholarship spots still left, so that's at a discounted rate. Just message me for that. And it's not your average Reiki training. It is a fuck yes mini mystery school, a psychedelic journey over the next 10 weeks. And then there's opportunity after that to join me and the participants that have already been through Mission in some monthly meetups to continue practicing together. You're so welcome, Lisa. So I'd love to see you in there. And thank you so much for joining me here today. It was really nice to get lost in that with you and to just get to expose myself and my relationship with energy and how empowering it has been to choose this as a primary relationship in my life. My relationship with energy and how much it's contributed to the safety of my inner child, and which enables the allowing of big shifts in the material world and has enabled me to show up here. Thank you, Debbie. Thank you, Jimmy. You're welcome, Nick. And so, yeah, just to let you know, it's live on YouTube and live on TikTok at the same time. Really, really grateful for both of these communities. Deep bow to each of you, my inner child, curtsying with a glimmer in her eyes, seeing the immaculate innocence of your unwounded inner child and inviting you to play. I'm loving you, and I will see you again soon. Thank you.